Hi guys, welcome back to podcast. So for today's video, I'll be reviewing this model. So what I got here is one of the newest brand that came from Australia. Well, other than the track stars, which I've already reviewed a couple of videos ago. And for this model, it's called the OZWheels or the OZWheels, and it is a 1/64 scale diecast that came from the Australia, and I think they are focusing on making the Australian car culture cars like this one, the Ford BA XR8 Falcon. And yeah, it came in this blister packaging, just like maybe Hot Wheels or Matchbox. And the model that I bought today is the Fully Sick Details series from them, which is a much more detailed versions of their model range, because they, if I'm not mistaken, they have these two types of models, the standard one and the Fully Sick Details like I have here. And the differences are, if I'm not mistaken again, the Fully Sick Details or the FSD series have much more details, such as the plastic headlights, and then they have the interior, whereas the standard one only have a black plastic with no interior. And then we also have a rubber tires for the FSD, and that's, as far as I know, the differences between the FSD and the standard one, because currently I don't have the standard one to compare. But yeah, this is not the only model that I bought from the OZWheels. I also have this one. So yeah, we'll be comparing, we'll be reviewing these two models. But on this video, I'll be reviewing this one, this street car version from the OZWheels, and then on the next video, I will be reviewing this one. It is much more like the race car or the racing version, the race model from OZWheels. So yeah, the packaging itself, it came in this blister packaging and also comes in this protector. So this is not an aftermarket or a third-party protector that I bought. It is came with the model, with the blister. So if you want to kind of like display the model, you have the protector came with the came from the factory. So they are pretty thoughtful about that, and I really liked it, because you don't have to worry of damaging the cards and still make it look perfect on your display. And then so yeah, let's just open the protector. This is the protector that came from OZWheels, and then this is the model. So yeah, the thing with blister packaging is that if you want to take out the model, you need to rip out the blister, which is kind of like ruin the artwork or the card of this packaging. But yeah, I think I'm going to open it with my trusty knife pen right here, so I don't damage the card. But yeah, let's talk about the card first. And this is what the front looks like. We got the Fully Sick Details, the series that I've already mentioned earlier, and then the brand itself, the OZWheels, and then the model name, the XR8. This is the badge or the emblem of the real car. And then we got the limited edition series 2. So this car came from the series 2, which you can also see the lists or the catalogs on their website. Then we got the model name, the BA XR8 Falcon, with the 8 plus ages, and also the number 5 out of 6 models from the series 2. Then this is the back, and you can pause it if you want to read. We got another limited edition series 2, the number 56, and then obviously this is a licensed product. So we got the license from Ford, and another Australian design but made in China. And then yeah, nothing too important. So yeah, I think I'm going to kind of like skip this video, and I'll continue when I already opened this model. Okay, so I already opened the model of the packaging, and this is the packaging. You see that it's already open, And now we have the model right here, which, let me try to zoom it first. Zoom it again. Yep, that's it. So yeah, this is the Ford BA XR8 Falcon. And my first impression about this model is that it is quite heavy, to be honest. It is kind of like very similar to what a mini GT kind of like weight feels like. It's very firm, it's very steady, it's very nice to hold, you know. It got some weight on the model. And then, well, let's just talk about the details of the model, starting from the front. So like I said earlier, the fully sick details have a much more detailed parts on the model, such as this plastic insert for the headlights, which you could see on the video, and it is really nice. It's pretty detailed, and you can see the inner headlights also painted in silver. And then for the grille, you could see the Ford emblem at the center with the grille. The plastic, I think this one is also a separate part, the plastic. And then for the fog light, it is still painted, as you can see right here, with the white, kind of like pale white paint. And then the number plate is printed as OZWheels. And then on the side of the model, now you see here, it is a really nicely done model. And you could see a very minimal details right here, such as this blinkers with this pale white, just like the fog light. And then for the wheels itself, the wheel is pretty okay. That, like, the design is nicely done. It's pretty sharp, like you could see on the video. It is pretty nice, the casting. And then the rubber wheels, this is also a rubber tires. As you can see, it's 2 parts wheels, and it's rolled pretty nicely. The rear one is also the same. And then moving on to, well, oh, you got some details right here, the XR8 logo at the side, on the side skirt, which is pretty nice. And then for the side mirrors, to be honest, this is not a really kind of like detailed side mirrors, just like a mini GT, let's say, because they just kind of like simplified the design of the side mirrors by making it like just this very simple design, you know, like Hot Wheels thing. The side mirrors, it's pretty simple, but yeah, it's pretty nice. It's pretty okay compared to the, if this model doesn't have side mirrors, it would be much worse. So yeah, we have to deal with this design for the side mirrors. Anyway, moving on to the side, to the rear. So unfortunately for the rear, we only have this painted taillights instead of having a plastic taillights like the headlights right here. We only got a painted one, which still kind of makes it looks like very toy-ish. But yeah, it's still a nice detail, even though it's not really that looking too realistic. And then we got another emblem right here, the Ford emblem, and then the Falcon, and also the XR8. And then the plate itself is still written as OZWheels. And for the spoiler, it is a separate part, which is pretty nice. You could see some sharpness on the spoiler. And the color itself is really nice too. It's metallic blue, and they have some very nice finishing on it. Really nice. And then for the interior, now you could see a hint of blue on the seats. That is really nice, and also some kind of like detailing right there. You see that? The XR8, I think, on the bucket seats. That is really nice too. So you see that the interior is pretty much just a plain black plastic, except for the bucket seats with the blue accents on it. and then I think that is really nice. And now let's take a look at the bottom of the model. So we got the OZWheels, obviously, to trademark the casting, the OZWheels, and also the model name, the 2003 BA Falcon. And I think the undercarriage details is pretty nicely done, with the details right here, and also the exhaust pipes are painted in silver to make it more visible, and then they are fixed with two screws, one at the front and one at the rear. And yeah, this one is made in China, and yeah, this is a really nice model, honestly. Like, it rolls well. And oh, I forgot to mention, the front window is not here. So yeah, it has holes on the model, like it's not fully covered with the what do you call it, the window. So the passenger and the driver side are has a hole in it, you know. So yeah, that is one thing I like to note about this model. But yeah, overall, this is a really nice model. You see, it's pretty easy to roll. It's really nice. It's very firm. It's very nice for you to hold. So yeah, I think that's about it for this video. So this is the OZWheels, the fully sick detail series from series 2, the Ford BA XR8 Falcon, and I think this is a great model for you to collect, especially if you are a fan of the Australian car culture. And so yeah, I think that's about it for this video, and thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye.